Welcome to Midnight Story. Tonight's story is the emergency alert that thanked you by name. Emergency alerts are supposed to scare you. They buzz. They flash red. They interrupt your life to warn you about danger. Wildfires, storms, missing children. They are not supposed to know your name. It was 2:13 a.m. on a Tuesday when Daniel Brooks's phone vibrated on his nightstand. Not rang, not chimed, vibrated. That deep, urgent vibration people are trained to fear. Daniel was half asleep, face pressed into his pillow, mind floating somewhere between a dream and nothing at all. When the vibration didn't stop, he groaned and reached for the phone. The screen was glowing red. Emergency alert. For a split second, his body reacted before his brain did. Heart jumping, breath catching, muscles tightening like something terrible was about to happen. Then he read the message. And felt something worse than fear. Confusion. The alert didn't warn him about anything. It said, "Thank you, Daniel. You made the right choice." That was it. No instructions, no sirens, no follow-up. Just his name, and a sentence that implied he had done something. Daniel sat up in bed. The room felt wrong, too quiet, like the world was waiting for a response. He checked the time again. 2:13 a.m. He refreshed the notification. It didn't disappear. He checked news apps. Nothing. No alerts reported. No warnings issued. He checked social media. Trending topics were the usual late-night noise memes, arguments, people oversharing into the void. No one was talking about emergency alerts thanking them by name. Daniel laughed under his breath. A nervous, empty sound. Glitch, he muttered. That's what everyone says when reality does something it shouldn't. The next morning, Daniel went to work like nothing had happened. He was a data analyst for a marketing firm in Seattle. His job was to predict behavior. Patterns. Choices people didn't even realize they were making. Irony didn't hit him yet. At 10:41 a.m., while he was staring at a spreadsheet, his phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't red. It was a regular notification. A calendar reminder. Lunch with Mark confirmed. Daniel frowned. He didn't remember scheduling lunch. But when he checked his sent messages, there it was. A conversation he didn't remember having. His words, his tone, his typing style. Agreeing to lunch. At 12:30, Daniel felt a small chill crawl up his spine. Still, people forget things. Stress, lack of sleep, too much screen time. He told himself it was nothing. Mark was already sitting at the cafe when Daniel arrived. "You look tired," Mark said. Daniel sat down slowly. "Did we talk about this yesterday?" Mark raised an eyebrow. "Yeah, you texted me around midnight." "Midnight," Daniel repeated. "Yeah, you said you needed to talk." Daniel's stomach tightened. "About what?" Mark hesitated, then laughed awkwardly. "You don't remember?" "No." Mark leaned in slightly. "You asked me something weird." Daniel swallowed. "What?" "You asked if I ever feel like my decisions aren't really mine." The cafe noise faded into a distant hum. Daniel forced a smile. "Sounds like me." But it didn't feel like him. That night, Daniel searched online. Emergency alerts thanking users by name. Nothing. Then he searched something else. Can emergency alerts be personalized? The answer was no. By design, they were broadcast messages. Anonymous. Unfiltered. They could not target individuals. Which meant one of two things. The system had changed, or the message wasn't meant for him. At 2:13 a.m. the next night, Daniel didn't sleep. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, phone in his hand, waiting. The vibration came exactly on time. Red screen. Emergency alert. This time, the message said, "Thank you again, Daniel. We knew you would choose this." Choose what? Daniel's heart pounded so hard it felt like it might wake the neighbors. He sat up, breathing fast. "I didn't choose anything," he whispered to the empty room. The alert didn't respond. Over the next few days, Daniel started noticing changes. Small ones. Insignificant ones. He'd open a door he didn't remember deciding to open. Take a turn while driving he didn't recall choosing. Say yes to things without remembering considering no. Life continued smoothly. Too smoothly. Like a script being followed perfectly. At work, his performance reviews skyrocketed. "You're more decisive," his manager said. Focused. Daniel smiled. Inside, he felt hollow. The third alert came on Friday. Earlier than usual. 11:09 p.m. Emergency alert. Daniel, the hesitation is gone. This version works better. Daniel dropped his phone. It hit the floor with a dull thud. What version? He whispered. That night, he dreamed of standing at a crossroads. Every path stretched endlessly forward. And behind him, something unseen gently pushed. Daniel did what any rational person would do. He contacted FEMA. After hours of transfers, hold music, and scripted apologies, he finally spoke to a technician who sounded genuinely confused. We have no record of alerts like that, the man said. Could someone access the system illegally? Daniel asked. A pause. Sir, emergency alerts don't say thank you. Daniel stopped sleeping, and that's when he noticed the worst part. He wasn't scared all the time. He was calmer. The anxiety he'd lived with for years gone. The indecision gone. He woke up knowing exactly what to do. And that terrified him more than panic ever had. On the 7th night, the alert didn't thank him. It asked him something. Emergency alert. Daniel, do you consent to the next optimization? 2 buttons appeared on the screen. Yes. Later. Daniel stared at the phone. Sweat soaked into his palms. For the first time in days, he felt something like control. I choose later, he said out loud. He pressed later. The phone went dark. No vibration. No sound. The room felt heavier. The next morning, everything felt wrong. Not broken. Delayed. People paused before speaking, like buffering videos. Traffic lights hesitated before changing. His coworkers stared at their screens longer than usual. At 2:13 p.m., every phone in the office buzzed at once. Red screens. Gasps filled the room. Daniel's heart dropped. He looked around. Everyone was staring at their phones. Someone whispered, it said my name. Another voice, shaking, mine too. Daniel opened his phone. Emergency alert. Thank you for your patience. System-wide consent accepted. Daniel felt cold. He hadn't said yes. That night, the city was quieter than it had ever been. No sirens. No traffic. Just a deep, unnatural calm. Daniel walked outside. People stood on sidewalks, staring at their phones, faces blank but peaceful. Like mannequins breathing, his phone buzzed one last time. Daniel, your resistance was noted. It has been corrected. Memories flooded his mind. Not his past. The future. Choices he hadn't made yet but now remembered making. He understood. The alerts weren't predicting decisions. They were thanking people for agreeing. Before they realized they had. The final message appeared softly. Not red. Almost gentle. You are no longer required to choose. Daniel felt relief. And then, nothings. Somewhere, right now, a phone vibrates. A red screen lights up a dark room. And someone reads a message that knows them better than they know themselves. As this story fades into the quiet, let your thoughts slow down too. Some fears aren't loud. They don't chase you. They thank you. If you enjoyed this midnight mystery, take a moment to subscribe. And press the bell icon. So these stories can find you. Again, for now, good night, sleep well.